This is RT coming to you live from Moscow. Hello and welcome to the program. European diplomats and foreign activists have accused Israeli troops of manhandling them as they try to deliver aid to the West Bank. Security forces also seized the truck carrying tents and emergency supplies meant for Palestinian Bedouins whose homes were demolished by Israel earlier this week. RT's Paulus Lia has more now on the incident that's caused a stir in Israel and abroad.
This particular incident happened on Friday. From the information we have, a group of European diplomats were driving in a truck when they were fired at by the Israeli army. Now, they say that they were targeted by sound grenades, that a French diplomat was literally yanked from the truck before the army drove away. The diplomats had inside this truck tents as well as emergency supplies that they were trying to deliver to a Bedouin community that earlier in the week had seen its homes, its kindergarten and its stables demolished by the Israeli army. Now, we've been unable to get any kind of comment from either the Israeli police or the Israeli army. What I can tell you is that this is one of 3 Bedouin communities that in the last 6 weeks has been targeted by the Israeli army. For this particular community that comprises of some 120 people in the West Bank, there was a court order given by the Israeli High Court for the army to demolish their homes, saying that they were illegal. But it does point to a much bigger problem that you have here in the West Bank among Bedouin communities, and that is that the communities themselves say that they need the land for the grazing of their cattle, that their families have lived there for generations, and that they simply have nowhere else to go. In this particular community, there were 2 attempts earlier in the week by the European community to try and reach the Bedouins. They did manage to get to them and put up some tents before these were forcibly taken down by the Israeli army. Now, the European diplomats who come from countries such as Britain, France, Spain, Ireland and Australia, as you can well imagine, are furious. They say that there's been a complete disregard for their diplomatic immunity, and they are calling on the international community to apply and pressurize Israel to adhering to international law.
And human rights activist Peter Tatchell explains why he thinks Israel's actions qualify as a violation of international law.
Every aspect of this incident is in defiance of both Israeli and international law. The starting point, of course, is that this incident happened in the occupied territories, which the global consensus is that Israel is illegally occupying since they were seized in the 1967 war. So Israel shouldn't even be there. But if it is going to be there, as the occupying power, it has a duty to safeguard the welfare and interests of all the people in that territory. And quite clearly, denying aid to destitute Palestinian families who've had their homes demolished by the Israeli military, that is quite clearly not fulfilling their obligations under international law to safeguard people in the territories they control.